I've always thought our teens were the strange times of our life, and then you cruise through the 20s and the 30s and directly hit midlife crisis during the 40s. But no one talks about the 30s as much. Or do they?
If you ask old people, and which age would you like to be for the rest of time? The most popular answer is 36 years old.
So, yes, 36 is the golden age we'd all want to revisit. And I'm not quite there yet, but hey, at least there's a shimmer of hope on the horizon. In my younger days, never thought I'd use that phrase so soon. So, in the years gone by, I envisioned my 30s with a fat bank account, a partner who turns hot for me upon my command, a tight knit friend circle, the elusive work life balance, and an extra set of lungs and liver. The reality, though, is in stark contrast. The debts pile up, and so does the amount of fat around your waist. The future seems bleak as the hair on your head. And the only thing that turns hot for you is the microwave. You give up on your friends faster than your fitness resolutions, and yet you sacrifice small pleasures in pursuit of a piece of the moon. Then one night, it happens. You find yourself staring at the moonless sky. The clouds loom ominously overhead, and a bolt of thunder shocks your very being. Maybe, just maybe, the best times of our lives is behind us.
I wish there was a way to know you're in the good old days before you've actually left them.
And do you ever think of the tortoises who couldn't keep up with your pace? Yeah, they now strut around with their fancy designer shells. And you, well, you went from being your high school showrunner to being a tree prop in life's bizarre musical production. But hey, at least your acting career is way diverse in the next gen Bollywood stars. Now, this is not to say that everyone's 30s is the same. You are a snowflake. Not the overly sensitive one, more like a one of a kind one. And let's be real, you are the former too. You have a neat lumberjack beard or a visible tattoo below your neck. You travel solo, you work odd jobs and call yourself a digital nomad. You aren't chained to a 9 to 5, just your credit cards and loans. You are single and. Single, you say? How can someone in the 30s be single? That's heresy. Are you gay? Can't you find a partner on Tinder? How about finding love on matrimonial sites then?
Seema. Professor Seema knows best.
Try arranged marriage, or you'll die alone.
Make no mistake, we all die alone.
That is when we realize the forbidden fruit is to stay untouched, unshared, and unattached. In the meantime, your cousins are out there adulting like pros. Friends are not only married but raising kids who might soon hit your height before you know it. So what's wrong with you? Global warming will make the water levels rise, but the fishes in the lake will dry up, and you do not want any leftovers, do you?
You, sir, are a fish.
Knee deep in the trenches of the 30s, single and fabulous, or so you think. Across the table sits your date for the night, a delicious piece of eye candy who turns out to be more insufferable than a root canal. You want to tell them, let's just get this over with and never see each other again. I can't handle your imaginary problems anymore. But instead, you play the part and nod your way to the bed. You are determined to share a steamy story with your married best friend the next morning. And that's the only source of spice as well. So you endure the dating circus until you reach the point where you finally decide to uninstall all the dating apps. And what about those rare connections you made? They end up ghosting you, like you once did to others. I don't know about life as a whole, but dating surely is the field for instant karma. Remember how you ditched that person who spent years crying for you? Now take that, you son of... And the dads? Well, the dads always save the best burns for their sons. Especially dads in the Indian subcontinent. That's more than a billion people. A billion people with daddy issues. So I get to hear this. You're not even man enough to find a mate for yourself. Your old father will find game for you. Maybe it's time for a movement to support neglected Indian sons. Like the feminist movement. How about the patricist movement? Well, marriage, I say, isn't the problem. It's what we have turned the institution into. What do we look for in a partner today? Eternal love, breaking bed sex, an unfiltered friend, and unlimited photo shoots. And did I mention money? Well, marriage and money, it's a different topic. The man with the bigger cave gets the game. That's been the norm forever. Let's pretend to shut our eyes and focus on the intangible. It's a big ask to find all these qualities in just one person. And for the rare couples who do, that's amazing. But it's not easy. Throughout history, folks found different facets of this ideal partnership across various individuals. Love one, marry another, and have a fling with yet another. It worked. Marriages were about practicality and not love. It was mainly about living and raising a child together. It was about families. Your best friend was probably your cousin with whom you shared village gossip. And if you had a romantic encounter, it was probably with a soldier from a distant land who happened to visit your village. Or worse, it was an invader.
No, really, honestly, I can cope. I can handle this lot easily.
Yes, let him handle these.
Please, I can defeat them. There's only 150 of them.
Yes, he'll beat us easily. We haven't a chance. Shit.
Sex, love, and friendship were different things, never a complete package. But today we are stuck in a paradox. Dating has never been more convenient, yet we struggle to find the right blend. We seek love and commitment, but lack the camaraderie. We try friends with benefits, it leaves us without true connection. It's become a game of rock, paper, scissors. It's only since the age of romantics have we been so fixated on finding one person who can fulfill all our needs. A combination of a lover, spouse, and a best friend. Add to it the countless love stories and rom-coms we have been fed for decades. We have gone from communal parenting and unbounded bonds to this age of individualism where relationships feel more complicated than ever. Now, this is not to say that everyone must divorce and the brave new world should be an orgy-porgy. No, the grass is always greener, even when there's no grass. There's this famous lines by the turtle man. Meaning is a jumper you have to knit yourself. Well, the same goes for marriage. Having an open marriage may work for you, but it doesn't mean everyone else should open their bedroom doors for their neighbors. In a loving and loyal marriage for decades, I don't think everyone deserves it. Single and promiscuous, enjoy the variety while it lasts. In a long-term healthy living, wait till you tie the knot. Single and lonely, go out and meet the world. It's complicated, fucking simplify it. Let the single guy with his partner have his way. Or perhaps you're totally okay being by yourself. Maybe you truly are a self-sufficient island. After all, in the grand scheme of love and life, the only thing that truly matters is being content with what you want. So here's to doing whatever the hell you want to with your love life. Because as much as you think the world does, but it doesn't really care.